The engagement party was in full swing. The venue, a cozy event hall decorated with fairy lights and elegant floral arrangements, was filled with laughter, the clinking of glasses, and the hum of excited conversations. It was meant to be a night of celebration, a moment to cherish as Emily, my fiancée, and I embarked on a new journey together. I moved through the crowd, shaking hands, accepting warm hugs, and nodding at endless congratulations. Everyone kept telling me how lucky I was to have Emily, how stunning and radiant she looked tonight. And they weren't wrong. Emily had a way of lighting up a room, effortlessly drawing attention without even trying. But something about the night felt off. Maybe it was the way she avoided my gaze at times, or how her laughter sounded slightly forced. I brushed it off as pre-wedding jitters, the nervousness everyone said was normal before the big day. Needing a moment to breathe, I excused myself from a group conversation and stepped outside onto the balcony. The crisp night breeze was a welcome relief from the warmth and liveliness of the room. I leaned against the railing, gazing out at the city lights, letting my thoughts drift. That's when I heard it. The balcony doors were slightly ajar, and just inside, Emily stood with her best friend Clara. Their voices carried through the quiet night, clear and unfiltered. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but their conversation stopped me cold. You know, I never thought he'd actually propose, Emily said, her tone light, almost amused. Clara chuckled. Really? Why not? Daniel adores you. Emily sighed. He does. But let's be honest, Clara. If things hadn't fallen apart with Aaron, I wouldn't be here. Daniel's a great guy, but he wasn't my first choice. You know that. My breath caught in my throat. Clara hesitated. Emily, that's not fair. He loves you. You're happy, right? Emily let out a small laugh. Of course I'm happy. Daniel is stable, dependable. He'd never leave me. But Aaron was exciting, passionate. He was everything I wanted. When that fell apart, Daniel was the safe choice, my plan B. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I just need someone who won't hurt me again. I felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. Plan B. I wasn't her partner, her equal. I was just the guy she settled for when her dream man didn't work out. A tightness formed in my chest, a mix of anger and heartbreak. The woman I thought I was building a future with saw me as nothing more than a safety net. For a moment, I stood frozen, trying to process her words. A part of me wanted to storm in and confront her right then and there. But I forced myself to stay calm. If I was going to end this, I was going to do it on my terms. Taking a deep breath, I stepped back inside. The hum of voices and music washed over me as I made my way to the center of the room, past tables adorned with candles and photos of Emily and me. I turned to face the crowd. Can I have everyone's attention, please? My voice cut through the chatter, loud, clear, unwavering. The room fell silent. Dozens of faces turned toward me, curious and expectant. Near the bar, Emily's expression shifted, from confusion to alarm. She realized I wasn't just speaking. I was addressing everyone. Daniel, what are you doing? She asked, her voice shaky. That I took a deep breath and looked directly at her. Emily, I just overheard your conversation with Clara. Her eyes widened. What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about, I said, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. You told her I was just your backup plan. That if Aaron hadn't left, you'd never be with me. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Emily's face turned pale, and Clara looked like she wanted to disappear. Daniel, please, let's talk about this privately, Emily pleaded, stepping toward me. I shook my head. No, Emily. I spent months planning a future with you, thinking we were building something real. But I refused to be someone's second choice. I deserve to be loved for who I am, not because I'm safe. Reaching into my pocket, I pulled out the engagement ring. The room was so silent that the faint clink echoed as I placed it on the nearest table. I'm calling off the engagement, I said firmly. And I'm walking away. I turned and left, ignoring the shocked whispers and Emily's desperate calls for me to stop. The cool night air hit me like a wave. But instead of feeling lost, I felt a strange sense of clarity. Moving forward, the next few days were a blur. Emily tried reaching out, leaving voicemail after voicemail, but I didn't respond. Friends and family bombarded me with questions, some supportive, others urging me to reconsider. But I stood my ground. A week later, I packed up the last of her things and dropped them off at her apartment. She tried to apologize, to explain, but I couldn't bring myself to listen. Her words had already done enough damage. Over time, the pain began to fade. I focused on myself, rediscovering hobbies I had neglected, and spending time with people who genuinely cared about me. Looking back, overhearing that conversation was a blessing in disguise. It hurt, but it also opened my eyes to the truth. I deserved more than to be someone's safety net. I deserved real love. And someday, I know I'll find it. For now, I'm just grateful I had the courage to walk away.